Sansa Stark is playing a major role in Season 7, and the show still continues to entertain, shock, and disturb millions of fans around the globe. The 21-year-old and her character had taken some criticism during the first few seasons, but Turner has developed into a major player in the HBO hit fantasy series. Turner is certainly stepping up into her role with Sansa's increased prominence, and has hauled her character to the point of fans wanting Sansa to survive till the end of the show, which as we all know is coming sooner than we'd like. However, popularity is usually a death sentence, with George R.R. Martin wielding the pen that decides the futures of every fan favourite. But while we've seen Turner in fictional medieval times, what is she like back in the real world? Away from bloodthirsty kings and psychotic arranged marriages. Here are 5 things you probably didn't know about Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner was born on the 21st of February in 1996 in Northampton. By the age of 3 years old, she was already signed up to the Playbox Theatre Company. She told her local newspaper, "That was how my obsession grew. My first lead was in a production called Scary Play directed by Stuart McGrill. Playbox is a fun environment. It's not just a place for kids to hang around and be silly. We all were very serious about acting." Her mother Sally also explained, "Two of the most memorable productions Sophie was in at Playbox were Red and Seven, and at school she was very funny as the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz." One of the coolest fictional world meets real world scenarios is the fact that Turner's family actually adopted one of the dogs that used to play one of the gorgeous loyal direwolves on the show. Sansa's gentle-natured pet lady was put to death instead of Arya's fierce wolf Nymeria. But thankfully, Thrones isn't too realistic, and the producers didn't actually execute the animal, of course. The northern dog named Zuni found herself out of work after the first season when the wolves became CGI creations, but Turner's mother convinced the producers to let them adopt the pet, who is now an accepted member of the Turner family. Normally, a simple allergy would be nothing to report, but this is a Game of Thrones actress, allergic to horses. In a medieval world that plays the host to dragons and frozen zombies, the biggest threat to Turner seems to be just plain and simple horses. She said, "I'm asthmatic anyway, and I just swell up when I'm near horses, so I have to have an inhaler in my pocket at all times. Most of the time I'm desperately trying to breathe." Like most actors and actresses involved in Thrones, Turner's had to change her appearance for the role of Sansa. With her natural blonde hair dyed to match the signature vivid auburn colouring of the Tully family, she said, "I'm planning to going back to blonde soon, then I'll slip back in with everyone else. My friends hate it when I get recognised, but does Turner get recognised often?" She told Vanity Fair that even though Game of Thrones is bigger in America, she gets recognised more in London. What would Game of Thrones be without a huge flash of controversy across every season of the show? Ramsay Bolton's rape scene with Sansa in Season 5 was a crowning moment of outrage, with several politicians, Z-listers, and part-time fans claiming that they're gonna boycott the rest of the show. The truth is that obviously rape is a horrific subject and should never be condoned or glamorized under any circumstances. However, Game of Thrones hasn't done that either. The scene was shocking, harrowing, and certainly not enjoyable to watch. But this is a show that sets out to replicate the harsh truths about historical periods in ways that, in comparison, Lord of the Rings doesn't touch upon. Turner also sprang to the defense of the scene in Entertainment Weekly. "When I read that scene, I kinda loved it. I loved the way that Ramsay had Theon watching. It was all so messed up." She said to the writers, "I can't believe you're doing this to me," but she said secretly that she loved it. And that's all we have time for today. If you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with more videos like this one.